Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead, where today we are going to do some emergency baking in this Coleman camp stove over our butane burner. And we're going to use day 3 of our emergency meals. We're not going to do everything, but I'm going to talk through how I will do stuff. Now, this little Coleman stove, I'm going to turn it around so you can see the front. Oh, by the way, we are on the back part of our back patio. We are having, as you can see, the gray on the stucco. We're having the house re-stuccoed, and this is what they call the brown coat. They're letting it cure for a few days before they come back with the color coat. So we've been in a big mess outside, and they have a bunch of stuff all gathered up where we usually do things outside. So we're in the back part of our patio. It is windy. We hear the highway noise, and it's threatening rain. So hopefully we'll be okay. So here's our little oven. And this morning I got it out and I washed the inside so it is now smoky free on the inside. There was a lot of black smoke still from when I used it over the rocket stove, which I don't recommend, but it does work. So this is the first time I'm actually going to be trying it over a little burner. And the rack is set right here, and I have some muffin tins ready to go, and we'll talk about that for just a minute. But the first thing that we're going to do while I talk is we're going to preheat it. It's going, and it's going to be preheating, and I wanted to just show you the welding blanket that I made to go over the outside of this. And I actually got the idea from someone else I saw using this at a camp, and this was 4 or 5 years ago. And I just bought a medium weight 3-foot by 3-foot welding blanket, cut a piece off of it, and I just put it over like that. Air can still get out, but it does give it a little bit more insulation. And it is, because it's a welding blanket, it is totally non-flammable. This is not in our Amazon store because I did not get it at Amazon. You can get these at any welding shop or any online welding shop, and they are just a medium weight. It's good to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're pretty good to go. All right, so on day 3, for breakfast, overnight oats. And this is what I would have used to do the overnight oats. I would have brought the water to a boil, measured the oats, and these are steel cut oats. I would have put them in, put boiling water in, added some craisins, and then let this sit overnight, and we would have had this for breakfast this morning. For lunch is this soup. And for the soup, I would use this butane burner without the oven and this saucepan that you have seen me use many times. This is cast iron. The lid also doubles as a frying pan, so this makes it very, very versatile. So today we are focusing on less expensive ways to cook off-grid, generally outdoors, instead of the more expensive equipment that we have sometimes shown on our videos. So this is a step up from what you can do yourself using cardboard boxes and tin foil. This would be the next level. And this is a great way how to cook things. So for supper then is the chicken with the stovetop stuffing and gravy, and I would have done all of that on the burner and those 2 pots. But right now what we are going to do is we are going to make this box of these cranberry orange muffins in order to serve with this soup, which Jim and I will be having for lunch today. We are wanting to try out the things that we bought. Now, this requires 1/2 cup of water, half a cup of vegetable oil. We're good there because we had both of those, plus 2 eggs. And if you remember in the previous video, I showed you that I had frozen some eggs. This is 2 of those frozen eggs. You need to be sure to give them enough time to thaw, which I did. They thawed half the morning. So I'm just going to open this. All right, so we put the muffin mix in the bowl. I have the half a cup of oil and half a cup of water right here. Then we mix this. Until moistened, and then I'm going to open the cranberries. It is always good to have a hand crank can opener. And they go in undrained. And then we just gently fold those in. This supposedly makes 12 muffins. My 12 compartment muffin tin does not fit here, so I have my 6 ready to go. We'll cook them 6 at a time. So I'm going to start with the 6. I forgot to put the eggs in, so I'm going to add the eggs. Trying to keep the wind from blowing away the cupcake papers. The thermometer on the oven says 350. These are supposed to be baked at 400. We're probably not going to get to 400. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in. And they have to bake for about 20 minutes. So we will be back when we're about to take them out of the oven, and I'm going to clear away some of this mess. Here we go. They are done. I just checked them with an instant read thermometer, and the temperature is 199, so they are very done. So I'm going to come around. Because that oven is so tiny, it's easy for me to burn myself on the sides and the top and everything, so I am going to put on my heat gloves and then just come around and get them out. Here we go. Woo, it's very hot. So here we have them. They're beautiful. And I'm going to put the other ones in. Jim covered them with the lid to the meal bin.
Keep the flies off.
Yep. They smell so, so good. I'm very impressed with this little oven. It does a great job, and it browns bread stuff. So that means I'll be able to cook a loaf of bread in this as well. We'll probably bring you back for that at a later time. I'm just tickled pink with these. Just turn one out here, and They're done all the way through. They are really wonderful. I really like this mix. So we'll get one and replace everything that we borrowed out of that bin so that we can be ready for an emergency meal when we need it. So this has worked really great. Now the thing that we have to do when we cook outdoors like this is space is an issue. I usually am so used to a lot of counter space, and so managing that was a little bit challenging. Then the flies and the bugs, the wind, all of the things that we face outdoors when we go camping face us outdoors when we do off-grid cooking, even in our own backyard. I would say that this little welding blanket is a pretty important thing to add to this setup. It wasn't that expensive. I'll try to find one on Amazon, and if I can find one, I will put it in the Amazon store. But you can see the other two things, the oven itself and also the little butane burner. Now that butane burner is so versatile. I've done all kinds of things on that. If you've watched our videos at all, you have seen me use that dozens and dozens of times in my own kitchen. And the great thing about it is because it's butane, you can use it in your kitchen, which you cannot do with propane burners. But this makes an excellent setup. It's very portable. This little oven collapses down and is in a little flat box, about 2 inches high and about 1 foot square. And so it's just great to pack and take along. I leave it set up out in the garage because I don't know, when I'm going to use it. But if we were to take it camping, I would certainly collapse it down, and it easily just pops right back up into shape. So this is one alternative for off-grid cooking that is less expensive than a lot of the other methods, and it works fantastic. So I'm really thrilled to have been able to show this to you today, and we'll do bread pretty soon. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you very soon for another video.